Donkey Kong Country. What an amazing game. It's so aerobatic in my opinion. The way you move in the stages are so satisfying. But obviously, as you can see in the title of the video, we're not talking about this game. Today we're talking about its quote-unquote cousin. Donkey Kong Land is a game released for the Game Boy in 1995, and at first glance it may look like a dumbed-down version of the Super Nintendo game to fit on this glorified calculator. But don't be a fool, it's way different than you expect. So let's just get into this game already. Alright, so the first level is basically what you expect for a Donkey Kong Country game for the Game Boy. I mean, it's the same concept as its 16-bit counterpart. You're going around collecting bananas, jumping on Kremlings, and shooting out barrels, just like the original. Though the controls aren't as good as the original, but you get used to it as you play. An interesting change from the original is that if you collect all the Kong letters, instead of you getting a 1-up, if you bring them to the goal, you have the ability to save your progress. Which is a weird change, but I get why they did this. Candy's save point isn't featured in the game, so they had to make a substitute, which in some cases is better than the original games of saving. But can we take a moment to appreciate the music that's playing right now in the background? It's a chiptune rendition of the first level's theme, which sounds amazing for its hardware. We'll get back to the soundtrack later. Huh? What? I don't remember this in the original game. Popular the contrary belief this game was made before or around the development of Donkey Kong Country 2, which is pretty cool. What's not cool is how this game treats pits, which is pitiful. So yes, this game has screen crunch, which I'm used to. The fact you can fall and die by touching the bottom of the screen despite the fact you already knew there was a platform there is stupid. I'm fine with this. The first boss fight is a stingray thingamabob, which is pretty basic for a boss, but the music on the other hand? It's amazing how this is on Game Boy hardware. This boss isn't even that hard. Now we're to talk about some more level themes and stuff, so yeah. Also, like the original, there's also temple and water levels, which are the same kind of deal, I guess. It's not that interesting, in my opinion, to talk about it. Well, the next boss in this world is a clam. All you do is survive to beat the boss. It's somehow easier than the first boss, which is a bad sign. But it's fine, I guess. Okay, but the mountain level is my favorite out of this whole game, just for the music, and it sounds so lively and upbeat at the same time. It makes me want to move. And the level design's great, too. Until you get to the next level theme, which right now you might remember for reasons. The infamous Cloud level, the most frustrating set of levels in the game. I didn't even want to beat the entire thing again for this recording, so I'm just gonna end it there. This level sucks. If you can beat it in one go, then you're a stronger person than I am. The next boss is a gopher, a mole. I don't know, it's just a thing to get you prepared for the final boss that's coming up, so you basically jump on his head when he throws his helmet. Nothing else to say. My goodness, the last world has the best soundtrack in the entire game. It's a big city area, which is the most coolest different in this game compared to the original. I'll stop using that word, by the way. Through the levels, it can get pretty hard, though. The Airship is also a very unique level piece, and the soundtrack goes even harder than the city's theme in some cases. I have no other opinions on the level, but you use the Kong letters as platforms, which I thought was goofy and weird, and it sometimes breaks the fourth. So, the final boss is King K. Rool. It's King K. Rool. What did you expect? I don't need to talk about the final boss, it's the same thing but different somehow. So that's Donkey Kong Land. I still prefer the Super Nintendo version any day, but a little game for the Game Boy, it's not that bad. So, yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Happy New Year, everyone.